Yo, what's good, everybody? This is MBS Central. Let's talk about it, man. And episode 65. I'm your host, Keo, and I got my co-host with me. What's going on?
Hi guys, it's SIRAY Kong. Thank you guys for joining us on Wednesday. This beautiful Wednesday. Hey Keo. How are
How
you?
was I'm good. How was your Easter?
It was so good. I went around and fed the homeless. I do Meals on Wheels. So I get food together, package it, and then I will drive around and look for homeless people. So that's what I did for Easter, and it was very, very satisfying. I was able to get the meals um out fast. It was a lot of people. I found a lot of group of people. So it was really good. It was extremely rewarding. So I had a wonderful Easter. How about you?
Yeah, it was good. I was able to spend some time with my family. I met up with my girlfriend later that day. Um, and we had a lot of Cambodian food and a lot of Hennessy.
I love it. Did anybody bust out the karaoke machine?
um, I think my sister did.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. My sisters, they love singing karaoke.
I
It's
love it. I love it.
yeah,
You guys have
Uh,
Oklahoma?
yeah. They had boklahong.
Oh man.
People don't know what boklahong is. It's basically what we call papaya salad.
It's that
uh,
that stinky but good stuff.
yeah.
All right,
Um.
talk about it. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot to discuss about today on this episode. So um so we're gonna talk a little about everything today. So let's see if we could get through everything for tonight's show. But the first thing that we will discuss is we're gonna talk about the Final Four's over, the NCAA tournament's over. We got new national champions, which is the Baylor Bears. They
Mhm.
beat Gonzaga 86-70. I didn't see this one coming.
Yeah, it was. They were wiping it out. They were one after another. It was a good game, but they really Bailey really brought it in. I enjoyed watching it a lot. I did.
I- So what was this a huge upset to you? Baylor beating Gonzaga?
I was really surprised because Gonzala being such a strong, solid team, and but again, hats go off to whoever plays the hardest, and obviously it showed on the court. You know what I mean? So hats off to them. It was definitely a good game. You know,
Yeah, man. Baylor. I didn't see it coming. I had Gonzaga from the start of the
yeah,
tournament
you
all the
did.
way towards the end, and yeah, Baylor, they look really good. They dominated nearly in every category,
Oh man.
and they definitely deserved it. This is a team that hasn't won a title for, I think, in men's college basketball title in the past 2 decades, and they were able to do it. They built the team up from scratch, from
Uh,
transfers, from molding these new young college basketball players, and they were able to do it with guys like Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, and kudos to them, man. And I didn't see it coming, and congratulations to the Baylor Bears, and shout out to everybody who did pick the Baylor Bears, because I did put a poll out there, and I think 67% out of 33 picked Gonzaga to win the national title to beat Baylor.
yeah, yeah. They had high numbers, so it was a shock to everybody. I'm sure. But like
Yeah.
it's they definitely deserved it. They had massive defense, and it was really good. It was a good game. So I enjoyed.
All right. So shout out to the Baylor Bears once again. So the next thing we're gonna move on to We're gonna move on to the NFL. The NFL is one of the biggest topics going on in sports today. It's regarding the Sean Watson, quarterback of the Houston Texans. This is the viewer choice topic of the week. Everybody was asking, "Hey, are we gonna talk about? We gonna talk about it? We definitely are gonna talk about it."
You're definitely
Deshaun Watson, he's accused of at least 22, from what I know, sexual assault allegations right now. Um, and more just came out. I think two females came out and has opened up and said, "Hey, this is what happened." And then today, this morning, if you wanted to check it out on the NBS social media pages. That Nike and Beats by Dre has suspended their endorsements with Deshaun Watson right now.
can you blame them?
So,
Those numbers are, they're pretty big numbers. You
so
know,
the big question I have is, I'll let you speak in a little bit, but the big question that I have regarding is, what should the Houston Texans do about Deshaun Watson right now?
well, honestly, since he is a person in the public eye, and you know on top of it, it's just it's very, you know um honestly, my true feelings, I don't think he should, until they can figure out what's going on. And these aren't like little situations, these are big situations. These are people that are, females that he has violated, using his status, using his fame, and using his power to consistently abuse one person after another. You know what I mean? So what are we going to do? Oh my God, he's a great player. Let him continue to play and get paid. Well, that's why he's continued doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? So what should they do? They should do what is right. What if it's their mom? What if it's their daughter, their cousin, their sister? You know what I mean? What would they do? Besides that, he's a famous football star, but in, human to human, what is right is what is right. What would you do if it was one of your sister that happened? You know what I
All
mean?
right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
All right. So one thing, one thing that this is a serious topic, man, and I'm not gonna shy away from anything, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion how I feel about certain topics, and as far as regarding this topic goes and this situation goes, um, um, I just find it funny when Deshaun Watson says, "Hey, I don't want to be here. I want to get traded. Let's move me out of let's move me. I want to get moved. I want to get traded." These sexual assault allegations just start popping up out of nowhere. Just it just happens to be at the time where he doesn't want to be in with the Houston Texans no more, where he said he wants to get traded. It just starts popping up out of nowhere, and these numbers keep on going up. This
Yeah,
this is not just
sounds like he knew it was gonna catch up on him.
yeah. For me, I'm asking myself, why wasn't this um where was these allegations at last year, or why wasn't this happening? These allegations didn't pop up at the end of the summer, and these are not no criminal lawsuits. These are civil lawsuits. So for me, it kind of draws a red flag, because these are just civil lawsuits that's being brought up right now. And come on, man, who the hell has 22 massage therapists? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
22? Kidding me?
really think that it do you really think that's possible as a celebrity? No, not at all. Because of your profession, who knows what kind of, he might like a different masseuse every time. You know what I mean? We really don't know that. And allegations, the timing, no, you really don't know whether, maybe you can assume that these 22 girls all got together and, hey, this is the perfect time frame, let's all make allegations, just like that Stevie Winehouse and Bill Cosby situation. All of a sudden everybody came out of the woodwork at a certain time. You don't really know how timing really works, but all you know, when karma is being paid, is going to be served in 10 folds, and when it rains, it's going to pour on you. So 22 allegations all of a sudden appeared. I'm saying, you know what? Hail Mary. It all came down on him. If he is an honest person or whatever, it's eventually is going to show out. And maybe, why is this happening when he's trying to get traded? Whether of his own guilt that somebody's going to find out, we really don't know why the timing is where it is. We're just assuming. But eventually all this is going to continue to move forward, and we're going to see if these allegations really stand where they are out of these 22 people. So timing wise, you know what I mean? Why didn't it happen last year? Why didn't it happen the year before, or when he was with this team or that team? I'm just saying, if it popped up, it should be looked at. You know what I mean? Obviously it's 20, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. It should be looked at. It should be taken seriously, and I just haven't seen for the Houston Texans. They just signed a huge contract for this guy, like some big money, over close to $200 million, and he gets a lot of guaranteed money. Also, if this is a guy that's your franchise quarterback, supposed to be your future, the Houston Texans have not spoken about this and said one word about this at all.
They're
The
probably
NFL, the,
this if he's, one of the highest paid and has a huge contract with them. They're probably trying to figure out what the hell to do. This guy is over here abusing his fame and fortune and just going from one massage to another massage and just violating anybody, you know what I mean, that comes to him. So they're probably trying to figure it out right now. And you know what I mean?
but I do think you're proven innocent. To with to a certain extent,
Yeah.
and I do think these charges should be taken seriously. And watching the female talk about that experience, like she was talking about, she went through all the trauma, she went through counseling because of Deshaun Watson, and man, I just don't know, man. 22 massage therapists. That's a crazy ass number to me. Like I just can't believe that number, man. Like I don't know. I'm
But
like, damn, who sees that many massage therapists?
I'm surprised it's not 100. You know what I mean? Honestly, those guys, they really do push their authority around. You know what I mean? They push their fame. They say certain things. Maybe, you know what I mean? So I'm surprised it's only 22. You know what I mean? And some people, we only see people on TV. We don't really know how they are as a person one on one. You know what I mean? Everything else is all on the TV. When you're getting, a massage therapist, it's kind of personal. You know what I mean? She's touching on him. So that's a personal situation. So we don't really know what is going on. And you are in a situation where you're having body contact, you're touching him, and if he's who knows what goes on. So it's not like it's over the phone and these girls are making allegations. These are massage therapists that are alone with him while they're doing their profession, and God knows what happens. I mean, we do, because there's allegations, but you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised at it. 22, I'm surprised it's not even more. You know what I mean? This guy could probably paying some of these girls not to say anything. Maybe they want more money. Who knows? They We don't really know. But I'm not I don't
But
look down on it, and I don't think that it should be taken lightly just because it doesn't sound what people expect it should sound like for them to believe a certain situation. So
but I do think that Deshaun Watson should, he does have a right to give his side, because we haven't heard anything from Deshaun Watson, and he hasn't said the word, and he does want to clear his name, and I think he should be given that right to clear his name. And that these allegations says they have, voice messages, text messages, and all that.
Yeah.
But hey, let's see it if they do have the proof.
You haven't heard.
I think
He's probably
yeah
trying to figure out what to say. You got the publicist, you got your manager, you got your coach. Everybody telling you how to say something so you don't mess up anymore. You know what I mean? They never really come out right away to say something because they got other people to say it for them, so they don't say anything else to dig themselves in a hole. So yeah, I can't wait either.
uh,
We'll
but
see.
as far as this goes, I mean, we've been so long at it. I didn't even answer the question to this topic. But what should the Texans do? I do not think they should release him. If you cut this dude, you owe this guy a lot of money, like a lot of money. You still they got a lot of guarantee money they got to pay him. You
Yeah,
cut this dude, I guarantee you, some NFL team who's desperate to go to the Super Bowl will sign Deshaun Watson. And I'm sorry to say that, man, but
yeah, and
um,
and
and I don't think
the
right now with
aren't true, and you know what I mean, if the allegations are true, they're gonna just sign somebody that's gonna ruin their team with his publication, with what he's doing, and the you know what I mean, like, no matter how desperate a team is, if a person is doing wrongful things, you know what I mean, like, he's gonna eventually be accountable for it. So hopefully they do what is right, and hopefully what was done in the dark will come to light. I don't care for how many score points or how many dollar amount. What I mean? Yeah, they should keep him. There is some guarantee money. If you're already going to pay the dude, you know what? Bite your lip. Hopefully he doesn't get any more masseuse. Maybe it could be monitored or under surveillance or whatever. You know what I mean? So he doesn't violate anybody anymore. And then he can still be on the team because, since, like you say, he already has that guaranteed money. But
yeah, but I think they should put them on the commissioner exempt list because one, you don't have to deal with playing at all. And you could still possibly get paid, and then you could, take the time to deal with this situation that's happening right now with you. So I think they should put them
yeah,
in the commissioner's exempt list.
is that
But
like a center?
what was that?
Is that like a detention center?
Yeah, 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 something like that for bad people,
Yeah,
troublemakers. A lot of
trouble.
players been able what has been put on the exempt list, and they've been taken off the later during that season. So it's I just don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Um, but this story will there will be more developing news on this story. So this ain't the end of this Deshaun
It
Watson situation.
ain't,
I'm
guys.
pretty
Ain't the
yeah, I'm
end.
pretty sure we'll be discussing it more about it. But with that being said, it's time to go over to our next topic, and
Hey.
we're gonna talk about. Oh, we're gonna review a movie. Let's talk about reviewing this movie.
Woo! Let's
So a
talk.
new movie.
Yes.
So a new movie came out this past week, and it was King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes.
It
Oh,
was so
you watched
from
it, right?
Yeah, from a rating from 1 to 10, how you rate this movie and what you thought about it?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go first, Keo. I'm what you rate the movie. Okay. 10,
Um,
very
I'm
best.
gonna I'm gonna rank it. I'm gonna rank it a 8.
An
I'm gonna
8.
give the Yeah, I'm gonna give the movie an 8. I think by far this probably is probably the best movie that has came out since the pandemic. Um,
Wow.
I don't. Yeah,
Wow. Great.
I
So
think it was
high bar.
I think it was way better than Coming to America too. Most definitely.
That's the
I
truth.
I think it was better than Wonder Woman.
All
I
right.
mean, I think the movie could have been better though. It was really they really kind of connected the plot to like the old movies of King Kong and Godzilla that I really liked about that. I thought the fight scenes were really good. I think
Mhm.
they I think they kind of focus a lot more on Kong throughout that movie. I think one thing they should have done was focus a little bit more on Godzilla.
Yeah,
Um but I definitely enjoyed the movie though. It was a really dope movie. I had to watch it 2 times though. The first time I
well,
watched it,
I was gonna
I,
watch
I-
it too.
what was
But you
that?
don't get it all the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Watch it the
I was
second is way
yeah,
better. I still
yeah,
got
the second time I was like, okay, I see what's going on now.
so many
So the
things. I'm trying to
yeah.
follow the story and stuff. But I gotta watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again.
So what you thought about it?
Okay, so you know me, because Kong's in it, so I'm gonna give it a 10. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. I did cry, and I was like, I couldn't even help myself because I got really emotional about it because I felt like, I really like how they made you really connect with the little girl. I really like how her role, how she was deaf, and how she was speaking to Kong that whole time, and you know what I mean. And they had their own little connection with their little fingertip. I really loved how that storyline and that right there made me get emotional. I was pretty emotional. I just saw like the human part of King Kong and how compassionate he can be. And but I do agree with you that I did wish did give more of a storyline behind Godzilla. And you know, I thought it was amazing how they connected everything as far as Godzilla and King Kong definitely teaming up. My husband, he was like, I wasn't happy with his comment because he felt like King Kong could have been more badass. He was like saying that King Kong almost died twice under the water, and then he almost passed out from Godzilla from their last fight. But I still felt like Kong was extremely, you know, it was a great movie. I thought how they put it together, and even at the end, that robotic Godzilla, and just how crazy, how of course man always want to control everything. Man always want to be God. It's as simply as that. And even in that movie, just shows you how that guy wanted to wipe out Godzilla and King Kong because he wanted to be on top of Mother Nature. It's just amazing. There's a lot of things that I took from that movie. But again, I can go on forever, you guys. I really do. I really do, and I can't wait to watch it again. If you haven't watched it, I hope you guys get a chance to watch it. So, yeah.
All right, man. So that's our
To all,
review
sorry guys.
for King Kong versus Godzilla. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's available on theaters and on HBO Max. So make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah, and it's
All
not.
right. So
You know what I mean? It's not a long movie. It's a
yeah.
yeah, guys.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on over to our very next topic, and we're gonna talk about um COVID-19, man. So with everything's starting to open. There's certain places that's 100% open. You don't need to wear a mask at all.
Yeah.
As
Hmm.
of late, man, we haven't heard anything as far as what's happening with COVID right now.
It's pretty quiet. Like,
So I so I'm dead serious when I ask this question, and people might have a problem when I ask this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. But
me,
because that's just because that's just how I am.
okay,
So does COVID still exist?
oh shit. Oh, did you- there you go. Stir in the pot. Stir in the pot. Does it?
It's-
I don't. You don't even hear. much about it anymore as much as you used to. It was like everybody's conversation. It was every time, always on TV. Now, you know, it, it's like you don't really hear about it no more. Now you just got to see what the side effects of the shots are doing and wait for that.
Um, does COVID still exist? To be honest with you, I think it does exist, but I didn't take it seriously the way most people take it seriously.
What do you mean?
Like,
You leave your house and
like when people fabricate, I think what they do fabricate about the numbers, like the numbers about how many cases that they have, the amount of deaths that there is. I think that's complete bullshit, man. I think tho- I think those numbers are not accurate at all. I think those numbers are low, and I just don't believe that. I think it's a lot. I think it comes with politics, man.
oh
And
man, said it.
and
100% politics. You know what I mean? It is. It's the way how they do population control. It's crazy. Does it really? I'm with you. I think the numbers were over exaggerated. Some people that went in for the flu, they got stamped as COVID. Some people had diarrhea and they still was stamped for COVID. You know what I mean? Like everything was COVID. So yeah, I believe that the numbers were probably more likely 100%, tampered with. It wasn't as accurate.
yeah, and with this with even with the vaccine things, it's like, dude, you got like how many type of vaccine companies you have? How many different type of shots do you have to take? I thought there was only one shot you have to take.
No, it's two, and they say I've met so many people that have had a family member that are in the hospital recovering from their second shot. You don't really hear about how many people that you know you just don't hear very many side effects of it. You always hear get the shot, but you don't really know. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't people talk about, oh, you gotta wear your mask everywhere you go. Like, I I have I have disputes with my girlfriend about. I was like, dude, I don't want to wear my mask, man. I don't want to wear my mask when I'm at work.
Oh,
That
I know.
the Dude, sometimes, like, I know some people that just can't wear the mask, and they got, like, some people got breathing problems wearing the mask. I
Yeah.
and there was a study from when I guess when COVID first started, that
Hmm.
wearing a mask was bad for people. Um,
Yeah, because you
uh,
have your own bacteria. You know what I mean? And if you're working 6 to 8 hours, it can be bad for you. You know what I mean? So and it's just crazy. A friend of mine had to take her kid out of school because they wanted to force him to wear a mask in school, but he had asthma. So they're like, well, so what? If he has asthma, he still need to wear a mask. And she's like, well, they're like, well, unless he has a severe medical condition at school while wearing a mask. She's like, what? My kid has to literally have to pass out at school while wearing his mask just to prove to you guys that he has asthma and he can't wear his mask. So they pulled him out of school and now he's being homeschooled. You know what I mean? Like, and my hats off go to her. I'm like, wow, she was serious, and it is serious because she's like, dude, I'm not trying to have my kid die at school just because they want him to wear a mask and they're not understanding that he can't breathe with the mask. He has asthma. They didn't even acknowledge it. Rules are
eh,
rules. So it's
yeah, but as far as COVID goes, I think people are starting to forget about COVID, and I think things are going back to normal the way they're supposed to be. Things are starting to open up more. They're loosening up the restrictions in everywhere,
yeah.
nearly in every state and city. Some places are 100% open.
Now, Texas, you said is 100% open, right now.
Yeah, Texas is 100%
So,
open.
so, so is everybody in Texas? Are they all vaccinated? Is you know what I mean? So, are they gonna do
I don't
numbers from
I
that,
don't
like a month from now? Are they gonna do numbers where I'm gonna see? Are you gonna hear anything about Texas? What's because they're open 100%? Are we gonna hear on TV? Oh my God, COVID skyrocketed Texas since it's 100%. You know what I mean? Or is it gonna be all everything's great and we just go back to you know what I mean? It's like how long has Texas been open 100%? 2 months now, right?
Ye yeah. Yeah,
Have,
2 months
have
already.
okay, within 2 months, have you heard any follow up about Texas and COVID?
No, I haven't heard
It,
anything. It's
it,
been that all I hear about is parties, clubs,
right?
sporting events open. That's what I hear. I don't hear anything about COVID, not even Texas, not even in Florida, not even in Atlanta. Um,
And
me
they
and
all already
what was that?
all those states have been open 100%.
Yeah, I I I I can't confirm with Florida that's 100% open, but they're pretty much at 100%.
That's
Uh,
the past 2 months, even like Texas, we didn't hear nothing within 2 months. Unless, are you telling me that everybody in Texas is vaccinated? That's why there's no numbers right now.
I don't think everybody's vaccinated in Texas. No way.
COVID might no more, man. It ain't the top story, you know.
Like, dude, cause I follow a battle rap very heavy, and they had this huge event down in Atlanta, and they had a full capacity uh of fans inside that venue,
Did
and
you wear a mask?
nobody was wearing mask. Nobody on stage was wearing mask. It was not. It was. They let everything go.
Yeah, and no COVID updates after that, right? You didn't hear
No.
anything. It's crazy. You know, it's not the hot topic anymore, guys. It's just not the.
Well, good. I'm glad because I was getting tired of it too.
I know, right? I want to just get out there and be like, take this damn mask off. Oh,
But the only COVID update you're gonna hear is places opening up. That's
right.
the only thing COVID that you're gonna hear.
Hmm.
Um, but I think everything's going back, and I think everybody's happy and very excited. And school's starting to open, and I don't think people should be afraid. And
I
you gotta go back to normal and live your life, man.
man, I agree. You can't be afraid. Don't can't be afraid. You know. But
All right. So let's move on over to our next topic, and we're gonna go get into some music right now, and it involves a music artist that we were talking about last week, and that was Lil Nas X.
did you see?
Um
Did you see the clip on SNL?
yeah. So I seen the clip, Lil Nas X. It was kind of I don't know. It seemed like a shot to Lil Nas X. It was I think he was what was it, giving Jesus a lap dance.
Yeah.
So was it so to you, was this thing what on Saturday Night Live what was done, was more a joke and a shot towards Lil Nas X, or was it a slam towards people with religious beliefs?
I want to say honestly, I think it's a both jab. I think SNL, um, have a good way at um making fun of everybody. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just one thing. They were trying to make fun of the whole thing. So um that's what I felt like. Like it was, it was definitely I felt like it's comical, it could be disrespectful. Do we take it really serious? Saturday Night Live has always been always the same, right?
Yeah.
Um, they hit below the belt kind of jokes, raunchy, bullying, making funny of people. Just they make fun of anything. So that's the show. You know what I mean? So I saw a lot of comments, a lot of people that were religious. They were definitely extremely. They already don't like Little Nas X for that video, and again, I just feel like people that are extremely religious sometimes, it's tough for us, to you just got to keep an open mind and not take anything personally. you know um God is a God Almighty. Those little things that happen like that doesn't offend him. We as people get offended, and we shouldn't get offended. It's comical, it's funny. SNL is known for, is it a shot? It was a shot at both of them. It was a shot at Little Nas X, and it was a shot at religious people. You know what I mean? That they've always made fun of religious people on SNL. This is not the first time. They always portray Jesus as a certain way. So, so that's how I kind of looked at it. You kind of take it, the whole situation as just, again, it's comical, it's funny. Um, yeah, that's how I look at it. How,
I think it was more of a shot towards people with religious beliefs. Um, it comes after, the day of, you know, after Easter,
yeah,
and then
it
and
does.
then uh and then
But
this happens. But
yeah,
and
that's Saturday Night Live. They are about cheap shots and quick opportunities. You know what I mean? Ooh, what best way to cause controversy on the week of of God's resurrection day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And on top of it, before that, what a perfect timing. A week ago, put out Little Nas put out this video. You know what I mean? Like, whoever sat at that big table or their little table at SNL, wherever it is, you know what I mean? They're doing what they do best, take the cheap shots, and those were, available to them. It happens to be on Easter Sunday. What best way to get, to cause, and that's entertainment for you. You know what I mean? That
Yeah, yeah. I don't think Lil Nas X should take it seriously, because being a athlete, a music artist, anybody in the entertainment business, that's gonna happen, man. They're gonna take something, a,
Yeah.
a part of you that you do, and they're gonna make fun of it. And
How about those
and
memes
I
of celebrities? You know what I mean? It's funny as heck, those little memes of celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So yeah, I don't think Lil Nas X will take it seriously. I think
But
he should be
the religion.
happy if it have anything, because that's more publicity for him, if anything. But I think, as
Yeah,
if somebody that shares a religious belief, I think it was more of a shot to them, if anything.
yeah. No,
I think.
honestly, Keo, you know me. So at first, when I first looked at it, I was offended. I was like, man, you know, you you see why the country in our world is the way it is. Ain't nobody got no respect for anybody. You know what I mean? You would never see. It's just, you'll never see somebody doing that to a Buddha. You know what I mean? Asian
Yeah,
people, it's just different. We're not bahud chloe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I first watched it, I'm like, dang, we don't even respect God. You know what I mean? Like, how can anybody? There's like, it's so broken in so many ways in the world. You know what I mean? You got kids being kidnapped for pornography, being sold, and sex trafficking, which is one of the highest crime that nobody even really talk about anymore. And it happens every day. Kids from Southeast Asia get stolen every day in Africa, in India. You know what I mean? So it's like, people don't focus on those things. People focus on quick entertainment, cheap shots. You know what I mean? And those are things that are funny. You know what I mean? It will go viral when somebody got beat up on social media, but when somebody do something good, you get like barely any likes. You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah.
live in.
Yeah, you're
You,
absolutely right.
and,
That is true though.
you
I
know, so
can't deny
so
that.
now, they're doing, and I was offended, and I thought of many things, and I was like, man, that is why we as human beings we're going to suffer, because of the things that we don't acknowledge, and the things that we continue to watch and entertain ourselves. Like that wasn't acceptable. But I didn't watch it until I had seen a clip of it through social media, and I was shocked because it was two Christian people, um, talking about what happened on SNL, and they were, of course, very upset about it. And I could see why, because I felt that way. And then as I thought about it, I looked at SNL as a company. They don't care about anybody's feelings. They just want money and ratings. So what best way to
Yeah,
things? How ironic, Little Nas X video comes out only weeks before Easter Sunday. Why can't it come out like afterward, after Easter Sunday, away from April? You know what I mean? Could it all be tied together? Could be. Everybody's here to make a dollar. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
all right. So we're gonna move on over to our second to last topic for the night, and we're gonna stay on music. This past weekend we had a scare from one of an artist that has been putting out great music throughout the years, and that was DMX. DMX, he had a drug overdose. He was hospitalized for throughout the whole day,
Yeah.
and 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 I was scared, man. I thought something was gonna happen to X, but obviously he was doing okay afterwards. But there was another artist that made a comment on there, and her name happens to be Demi Lovato, and she has taken a lot of criticism by people from social media, and um do you have a problem what Demi Lovato said as far as regarding when DMX had the drug overdose?
I watched her interview twice, maybe three times. Um, you know, First of all, the girl is recovering herself. Okay. Obviously, by watching the interview, she is she's going through her healing process. And to ask a question like that to her, I felt like, man, they were really putting her on the spot. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think she really thought about what she said very well. She was just speaking to speaking. She was probably high off the pot, because she did express that multiple times in the video, her interview, or whatever. You know, I again, people. She was speaking about what works for her as far as her therapy and what helped her. She wasn't saying anything, critical towards DMX, um, besides that she can relate and understand that it's a struggle. And for her to say that, she doesn't want to say that she'll never ever do it again, because she feels to her it is an obligation that causes her a lot of pressure. And I get it. It's a mindset. It's a mental disorder that a person goes through because of drug abuse, child abuse, or any kind of trauma. And what she's expressed, she's been through a lot. And DMX too, he's healing in a certain way himself. Whether this time he overdosed while he was trying to heal himself off of self-medicated. You know what I mean? A lot of these celebrities, dude, they you think that they're, because they have all this rich and fame, and they're supposed to be extremely happy, but then you find out all of them are all loaded on drugs. How happy is being rich and famous really is. You know what I mean? How are these celebrities that you look up to fall apart in front of you in social media? You know what I mean? But people are asking a question to Demi Lovato like she's some saint. She's not. She's also a broken person too, and she's trying to and respond to this question the best way she can while she's going through recovery. You know what I mean? This girl has been up and down so many dang times. She's as she was going through her interview. You know what I mean? So I feel that people are, I feel like people are just so quick to dissect people. Anyways, that's how I feel about that, Keo. I could go on.
With okay, I understand what Demi Lovato has been through, and I completely understand that, and I'm glad that she's you know, in good deeds. She's making, she's back in the studio making music, but dude, seriously, I'm getting tired of Demi Lovato. It seems like
Yeah,
she wants the attention. She wants to be the center of the attention. She wants people to continue talking about her, man. I'm like the dude that's nearly had a life to death um experience, and dude, that's what you say. Oh, this could have been me. Like, oh, I hope he's
yeah,
okay. Get better, DMX. Sending my prayers out to you. But she was like, oh yeah, this could have been me. This was really scary.
yeah.
And I think that's
But
the
yeah, I know how people could have taken that wrong. You know what I
and
mean?
I
'Cause-
think and I think that's why people had a problem with that, where because this is not the first time she's done it. So I don't have a problem with the way social media attacked her. I'm like, dude.
well,
So
how she's been in the public eye, and people heard so many times about her almost overdosing and her drug abuse. You know what I mean? So, and even when she said, not everybody, have the life like me. So I am trying to be really grateful for the things I have, because I know that not everybody have what I have. And just right there, how she said it, can rub so many people the wrong way.
yeah,
Then when she went on and saying that, I've had friends that overdose, and that some didn't make it and some did, and I think to myself that could have been me, and I'm just trying to live my life and just trying to live it to the fullest right now. Yeah, she sounds a little self-centered, and she is, but she's having a moment of reflection. Maybe she could have, again, she is a girl that's healing. So she's doing nothing but self reflecting on how she can heal. So, it's normal for her to have that response, especially when she's on the process of healing. She's not understanding what she's saying could rub the wrong way, but she's being 100% authentic.
so
Like
she
it
was
could have.
being so she was being insensitive then with those comments.
I wouldn't say insensitive, because then you would be aware. It didn't seem like she was aware of her words. You know what I mean? And because she went on saying more stuff that just didn't really, what I mean, made a lot of sense. You know,
Yeah, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, man, because I was thinking about X. Damn, man, I hope gets better, and his contemporaries, like celebrities from athletes, was you
yeah.
know,
You know
so,
what she should have done? You know what I mean? We all could have tell people shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? She could, that question there could have been easily directed just only to DMX. Like, you know what? I know what his family's going through. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I am on board with DMX and what he's going through, and my sympathy. Just made it
yeah,
about.
yeah, that would have
You
been
know what I
way
mean?
better,
But
that
but you're
but she
right.
didn't do that.
Has been people, some celebrities, they'll get any type of publication, whether if it's good, whether if it's bad. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like as long as somebody talks about them, and that right there is its own disorder. You know what I mean? Man, I'm telling you. But anyways, yeah, prayers to DMX. I really pray to all the people, you know, you know, anybody that is suffering any kind of hurt, that feel that any kind of medication would help them, and I just hope that it does. You know what I mean? I hope that people will heal successfully. You know what I mean? And when things get, you know, what do you say? Not even, I don't want to say out of control. You know, it's tough because your family's and everybody's infected by it. So it's a tough situation, dude. My prayers go to him and his family, and I really hope that you know um he recovers 100% and makes different decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Gotta be-
I think it was a reality check for him, and
He's
I
no
think,
dummy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He got kids. I see these celebrities. They act like they're invincible.
yep.
They drinking all the scissor or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? It's cool and all, but reality is reality, and was reality. And again, prayers to his family and just anybody that's hurting.
All right, we're gonna go to our very last topic for tonight. Time is kind of catching up to us right now, but we're gonna do our very last topic for tonight, and music icons is the talk to end this show.
Hey,
So, when we
music
talk about music icons from today, man, who do you see as a music icon? Like,
first.
okay, so, so you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold it down for the males when it comes to music icons. In today's music, I think a male music icon that you cannot count out, and I'm going with Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z, he when you people talk about Jay-Z, he's a music icon, man, because dude, look what this dude had to go through. He was behind the shadows of Biggie Smalls and Tupac, and he catapulted his way back to the top of the game, and people consider him as one of the top best rappers in the game. He still makes music till this day. He
Mhm.
hasn't put anything out for a while. I think the last thing he had out, I recently just heard it on the radio, was with Nipsey Hussle on it. It was
Was
Jay-Z and yeah, it was Jay-Z and
that?
Nipsey Hussle.
That's got to be a good mix. I
Yeah,
love.
yeah, it was definitely, it was on the radio, and the impact
Oh,
he's having on equality and justice, um with working with the NFL, as far as getting more minorities hired, as far as in the personnel, as head coaches, offensive coordinators, um helping out these music artists that's out there. The dude has invested in what he has, his clothing line, he has a Rock Nation.
yeah.
He just recently signed his streaming service, which was Tidal. I think when people talk about music and they talk about music icons as far as the males go, you gotta mention Jay Z, man. Like in
Mhm.
today's game, I'm not talking about uh like the last decade. Like people could say, "Oh, oh, you want to talk about music icons? Oh, what? Let's talk about Michael Jackson, Tupac." No, I'm talking about somebody that's here today that's
Yeah.
still putting in
Yeah.
that work. Eh,
I like Jay Z too. I really do think that, not only that I respect, his relationship with his wife and how they work together. I love their worth ethic together. I love how he supports her. I love, I heard on the award that they just signed, was it Megan Stallion? So they're definitely, I definitely agree with you. Jay Z is definitely one of the top music icon that's very current, that's very proactive, and that's still in the limelight. You know what I mean? And you can even tell he holds himself very well too. I love his new style, his fashion, and just being a big fan in back in the days, man.
uh,
When he
I just don't like his new hairstyle. It's very annoying to me.
it's the weekend hairstyle, right? Right, that hair. The Weeknd has it too, or does he anymore? But yeah, I'm not a big fan of his hair too. Looks like SpongeBob's, not a SpongeBob. What's his name? Sideshow Bob. You know. But I'm not. I don't really like his hair
All
either.
right. Let's
Uh,
you gonna hold it down for the females now. Who you got?
oh, I didn't know I had to hold her. Well, female's easy, but I my one of my males too. I like besides Jay-Z is definitely Kanye West. I like Kanye West, and I like how he's transitioned in so many ways. You know what I mean? And he's really um of just through the music industry and just watching him grow in so many different directions and being who he is and where he is right now and how much he embraced his kids and having his kids be a part of his Sunday service. I believe that he's definitely one of my music icon, and he's very versatile to me. He's definitely one I put on the top of the list too as my icon. But for females, I'm gonna say Beyonce. She's definitely, and then um, I'm a big Lauren Daigle fan too. She's a Christian singer, so I put her on the top of the list because she's the mountains with her music, healing a lot of souls, and Beyonce is definitely breaking a lot of records and empowering a lot of young ladies. So those are my picks. Boy, I
All right.
guys,
Yeah, I got Beyonce too. She's been dominating the game,
man,
and
forever.
Beyonce, she's the goat, man. She's Mount Rushmore, man. There's no way you could
No,
go around it. I definitely rock with Beyonce. Everybody does. I think all ages does. I
yeah,
don't. I never heard one bad negative comment about Beyonce, even when it comes to her music. Like, um, I think Beyonce's it, man. She's that it factor, and she has it, man. Like
yeah.
like you can't even mention anybody else when it comes to
And she's
female.
current.
Yeah,
She's you know what I mean. She's today. She still put out number good music, and she dances just the same way. It's like she is extremely talented, and she's definitely you know yeah on our top list. All right.
yeah,
Oh, I think this is our longest one.
yeah. I think this was probably our
Our longest.
longest show that we've had since you've been on. But let's
Yeah.
wrap tonight's show up.
Wrap it
It's been a
up.
very long tonight, and let's do some shout outs. Let's go.
All right. Shout out to everybody that logs in and join us. I appreciate you guys, all the fans, everybody that supports us. Shout out to X whenever you come back. Shout out to the NBS team. Shout out to Keo, my host, being amazing. And definitely shout out to God Almighty for always being amazing to us all. So that's my
Yeah.
shout out. What's yours?
So shout out to the whole NBS team, man. Definitely shout out to you guys. Always so supportive. Shout out to all the supporters and everybody that tunes in and supports the show. Make sure you go follow us on all social media platforms. It's on the bottom of the screen. Um, and we're gonna have more content for you guys. Shout out to SIRAY, my co-host. Always holding it down every single week, no matter how busy she is.
Yeah.
And
And sorry,
shout
I know it keeps on going. I don't know if there's any difference because I keep on going.
yeah. And then shout out to X, man, wherever he's at. Like I said, I keep on saying every week he should be back soon, but he's giving me his word. He said,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But with that being said, man, we'll have some major. We're gonna have a lot of uploads for you on tomorrow. So make sure you go check on social media and check
Make
it
sure
out at
us whatever it is that you want us to talk about next episode. Let us know your top picks that you want us to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good one.
but
Send your questions in on what you want the viewers of choice topic to be for next week.
right,
Send
that's
it to Facebook, send it to Instagram, send it to Twitter. With that being said, this
a
is
wrap.
NBS. Let's talk about it. Episode 65. And we are officially out.
Bye.